All right, all right.
Hello
Hello.
again. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Welcome to the LDM Show. My here, man. We got to do this like that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
I'm Charles Aloma.
Lydia Penn here.
It's been a good day. It's a first day of spring. So,
Beautiful.
but it's not beautiful outside, but hey.
Not yet. It could be worse. Allergies. Things
Yeah. That's another thing, too.
Rainy.
Check to see where is your top places to vacate that doesn't have too much allergies.
Good weather, decent weather.
Because you go somewhere for a vacation in the summer, then you find out that's like the worst place for allergy people.
Oh
So
yeah.
you got to make sure
I
before
would
you
say just like double up on your allergy meds, whatever it is, whatever you need. Packet, EpiPen, whatever.
go. Oh yeah,
Whoever.
yeah. But Raiden, pass my phone, please. We're live here.
Uh-oh.
Raiden, pass my phone. Raiden.
Aiden?
Phone over there. But yeah, we got
What
a
we got going
good
on
stories and a good topic that I want to play. Reason
I'm excited.
I got to put my privacy on public.
Uh-oh.
No one can see my video.
We don't want that.
Yeah, we want them to watch,
We do.
So the whole group was on friends only. I don't know why. Okay,
I think he's trying to tell us something. You gotta be in the cool club, I guess.
you got to be down with the Browns, like that's how we say it downtown. Yeah.
Down with the Brown, Julie Brown.
But yeah, I want to, we're going to talk some good stuff, but we're going to do word on the streets. I got about two things real quick, and then we're going to get into one of our big debate topics out here. But here's some word on. All right. Well, on my radar, the Philippines are having a little issue there with the vice president and trying to get rid of him and then try to get rid of the whole family, basically. To me, I think they're trying to get rid of them because they stop the war on drugs. Like if you do drugs there, it's not
Yeah.
a pat on the back. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So if you ever go to, hey, Magda, how's it going? If you
Hi,
ever go to the
Magda.
Philippines with some drugs, don't think you're coming
What kind
back.
of drugs? Like
Any
I,
drug.
I like to smoke marijuana, so
And I don't even think weed is
'cause I know Thailand doesn't play that with
yeah, I don't think Philippines weed is legal yet. Especially cocaine and anything big, you're going in for a long time. You might even die.
Yeah,
They might even kill you.
I've seen
So
that.
I'm all for it. By all means, you're going to come with cocaine and everything. Because to me, if you have cocaine and you're selling it, you should be labeled a murderer. Because that cocaine can be killing someone.
Possibly.
Right?
More than
So
likely,
ain't you
the
a killer,
fentanyl is
right?
Killing them and the heroin.
You do weed in China and you get 18.
I-
Hey,
it's,
Rosa, ¿cómo está hoy? But, that's what's going on. Check that out. Also,
No bueno.
yeah. Also, people are still trying to bring down Musk with his Tesla, whatever that damn thing is. Listen, you can't go
Deport Musk.
and destroy a car that he already got paid for, and you can't go on Twitter.
It makes it more popular.
Yeah, but you can't go on Twitter and do something. You know how you shut someone down? By stop talking about them. By stop buying the stuff.
Yeah.
Not destroying stuff he already have, and not by going to his platform and saying we should shut him down. You know you just gave him more money.
Don't give them any ammo.
Listen, you're the dumb ones, bro.
You know?
Also, for house owners, anybody that owns a house, there's a tree trimming scam going around. People are going in and saying the next door neighbor wants to trim one of the trees down, so I just want to go to your backyard to see how much
land.
I have to
Yeah,
cut.
Okay.
Can you take me to your backyard? While you taking them to the
No
backyard,
ID or nothing, right?
someone else in the front is coming in and robbing you.
Oh,
And
wow.
then leaving, and then the person says, okay, thank you, and then he leaves with them.
Very immature.
So watch that scam if you have a house.
Like kids are wild.
So-
It's usually the kids doing this stuff. It's usually the kids who are armed, who are
Well,
scary.
no, scams like that, are too smart for kids. Those are adults
Get
that
the
are doing
kids
those
to
scams.
do it though.
Yeah,
You know.
but this is a guy that comes with a little notepad like this. You know,
Probably some glasses.
yeah, I just want to check your tree next door neighbor. We cutting their tree down, and then he has the van outside where it says tree trimming. So everything seems legit.
Right. You
But
know,
they just want you to go to the backyard so the persons can go inside, rob your house, and leave.
Yeah.
So there's no problems. You're not gonna get bust.
And what's worse is that it happened when you were
So,
there. and
I'll go get Edward Scissorhands and trim him his behind him. Yeah. So those are one of the scams for a house.
There's so many scams.
Now for your and for your apartment and your house, there's an Amazon scam. People saying we have a delivery for you. If you know you do not have a delivery coming in,
Don't open the door.
tell them leave it at the door. Leave it right there.
They're supposed to anyway. They take a little picture, just put
Yeah,
their own
because
proof.
Amazon now does that because of the scamming.
We all need to be accountable. Okay?
Amazon said no more. Don't open the door. Scam and put it there.
Yeah.
Because people started using Amazon as I'm delivering, and then they try to when you open that door, they bum rush
Nope.
and the people come around the corner.
If you
So
don't
watch
know the
those.
person, if you're not expecting, don't open the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
with a solar panel.
Okay,
Wow,
yeah.
that's still out. The solar panel scam.
Well, I mean, because it's there. People legitimately use it.
Yeah, but I thought that was played out already. I thought everybody knew about that one.
No.
So watch that. They'll call you and tell you about the solar panels. Some of them say, if you buy one, we give you a lot of, like 3 more panels for free, blah, blah, blah. And,
Because 3 more is really gonna.
Angel, how's it going, man?
Hi, Angel.
So watch out for those. But that's all I got right now for Word on the Streets. So we'll be going to our regular topic. Hit that word on the street. All right. So I got to hit some bad news before anything.
Oh no. No. Okay. Bad news, then some good news. Okay.
No one wants to take, excuse me, no one wants to take credibility of what they do. Not even this girl that, if you just heard, was running a 50-50, I think it was, or relay race.
Yeah.
The one
track
girl
race
hits her in the
with
head,
the 2 black girls.
hits her in the head because she passes her. And now the community is with the criminal, the one that hit her in the head,
Assailant. Yeah.
trying to say she's the victim.
I mean, I think criminal is a little too serious.
No, she's a criminal. There ain't no way to sugarcoat it.
Assailant.
She,
Allegedly.
alleged baton hitting person.
I mean, she assaulted her.
She hit her across the head, and then
She gave
she's
her a
gonna-
concussion.
No, but remember she said you're looking at a different angle. What angle? All angles showing you hitting her. Like,
Everybody saw it. Like, I don't know however you want to spin it, but the girl has a concussion.
but there's a video with everyone consoling her and not the victim, saying now she's the victim because people are threatening her and the school doesn't want to talk to her. Why? Because you hit someone across the head. Oh my
Listen,
God.
at the end of the day, there's no room for violence and sportsmanship unless it's boxing, fighting, any other type of fighting, hockey. That's it. Football, maybe.
The ghetto scam is sports now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, that's bad sportsmanship, and that's what they taught their daughter. Bad sportsmanship. You can, by any means necessary, you need to win. Violence is okay.
When I seen that she was crying and saying, "But I'm a victim. No one
With no
understands
tears.
me."
Crocodile ass tears.
I hit a soft.
No, but I think people reacting is a little too much. I mean, it's bad because it's taken in the video. But you watch
Everything
basketball.
is recorded now.
People.
Yeah, I know when
other
sports come in, you
people,
get a little extreme. That's why I'm not really caring for it. Why I am bothered about is these people protesting next to her saying we need to help her. She
Rallying her.
is the damn criminal.
Right. It's wrong.
Why is no one going to
It's
the
wrong.
victim?
Nobody's taking responsibility. Okay, so then there was the argument. Let's play devil's advocate. The reason being was because she crossed the line, the literal line of her lane. Even so, there's no room for that in track.
Croc tears, yep.
We don't hit people with the baton. Now they're gonna ban batons and whatnot.
Yeah, listen.
Or attach it to your wrist.
Like people are bored and have no
It's
respect.
disrespectful. It's
That's right.
really just disrespect. That's what it boils down
my
to.
part of the story is not even the two girls. It's the people rallying around her. That's why I keep bugging.
It's all the way
how are you
wrong.
saying she's the victim?
You can't convince me that that was okay.
And like I was telling you earlier, that is the problem between the black and browns. You always want to embrace the badness of things.
But Magda,
not
they
the
are
good.
checking the video, and she's still spinning it to her advantage. Like
Yep.
she might as well be saying it's not me.
I don't know what you see this AI thing of people
Oh
running.
my God. You know, it's all the excuses, you got to Google it. All the excuses she's coming up with in the book. Like
The baton got stuck behind the shirt.
what happened was her force, because she was going so fast, she pulled my hand backward, and I came with it fiercely
No, but you see,
above her
you see
head.
the arm, right? The arm was way back.
Dude,
there was
she
no
came
way.
back all the way back to the motherland with it, and just bang.
She had
She was
flashbacks.
coming back twice with it. She wound her hand up twice.
No, she
with
hit her
it.
twice. She was
did
coming
it?
back for
She
the
connected?
third time. The third time is when she was leaving.
So she connected twice. You gotta see the video. It's
So
wrong.
it was totally wrong. She probably thought if she was Spanish, I would have been like she
Oh
had
my
flashbacks
gosh.
of the chancletas. You know, when you bring the slipper way back. You know.
Dude, we shouldn't be rallying in that on
No.
and heroing it. You
No,
know, we need
you're
to,
supposed to be in the
wrong is
victim
wrong.
side and let the person know you hit the girl, you were wrong.
No.
Plain and simple.
I don't
No
know what they're
crocodile
teaching them
tears
in
and crying.
school.
Listen, whatever. But anyway, shoot.
Do they even have PE teachers anymore? Like what?
I don't know what happened. Hey, Apollonia.
What's up, Apollonia?
This thing was kind of crazy. But also in the news, another bad thing. A doctor killed himself because he had to pay $15,000 of child support a month
How
For
many,
a
for how many
child-
kids? One child.
for a child that he doesn't hardly see.
Happy spring.
Happy spring, that's right. Got my little white spring colors on and stuff like, you know. But I know this thing saying, oh, but it's only $15,000. Why he had to kill himself? First of all, depression. When you add something to it, it
Shame.
becomes.
The shame, the
it comes.
reputation.
But name me one kid that needs $15,000 a month to survive. I'll wait.
I think he was just making a lot of money, and they
It don't
decided
matter
to take
how much
A
money
kid that
he's
goes to
making.
private
30,
school.
50% of his income or
Is that
something.
what happened?
A kid that goes to private school.
Well, guess what? What happens?
How old was he?
No, even that's a good one. I was waiting for someone to say something like that. Guess what happens if my son, like if I'm the female and my son's been going to private school, right? And I'm married to the person.
Yeah.
Now we divorce. Guess what? Your life does change. That means there's no more private school unless he goes with the father. That's all to it. If you look,
Unless mom is also pitching in or somebody else. Is
but if
pitching in.
if both of you guys would lose your jobs, what's going to happen to the
Funeral
private
expenses.
school? What's going to happen to the private school? There's going to be no more private school.
Yeah.
Life changes.
Right.
If you're going to take your son, then your son has to live through your means now.
Yeah.
Your child. So if you cannot afford his upbringing the way he used to bring, then leave him with the person that could.
Right.
That's all to it. Why would I need to give you $15,000 a month to first of all,
Yeah.
who? Wait, 15,000? I mean, I'm paying your friends and your family's rent and their food and everything because there's no kid alive that's gonna
Yeah,
waste
it's time
$15,000 a month.
to live in an apartment, live smart. stop ordering out at
But here it
Shayla
goes.
Ray.
Here's the kicker. Someone chimed in that they were supposed to pay $20,000. The news was talking about it. $20,000 a month for his kid. Because he's a lawyer and he has a law field.
Practice, okay.
Guess what he did? What the simplest thing to do. Quit. He quit, put the name under someone else's name.
Yeah,
Under
yeah,
someone else's name,
yeah. It's just
made himself a regular worker,
Right.
and that he was getting paid on minimum wage. So it went from $20,000
that's horrible,
to $400 a month.
unbelievable.
But here's the kicker: his son has his own car, his own house, his own like the garage. He made it into his own house.
He's in
Everything in his father's area. So when he goes visit his father,
Yeah.
he has all that. When
Yeah,
he's
then-
with his mother has to survive
Right.
with the money that she has.
Right. His mother supports him however she can, and
And then the father supported him how he can.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be. There's no way you should be getting 15,000. Let me know how much.
it wasn't that way when they were married.
Nope.
So
He wasn't wasting no $15,000 a month on that kid. That's the thing that gets to me.
maybe it depends, but I doubt it.
not even
Unless it
Shaq.
was some sort of investment.
Shaq
school,
makes a lot of money, and he says
Yeah.
he doesn't even waste $15,000 a month on his kid.
It shouldn't be necessary until it's necessary. I think
You know, how much is the school year? 20,000. Okay, you paying 10, I'm paying 10. That's still not 15,000 a month.
True.
You know, how much is his clothes? $3 a month.
Maybe he eats a lot.
No, even his clothes. You only buy the clothes once, and then
Yeah.
in 6 months later you buy another clothes, right?
Shit, Magda said that's the ultimate scam.
That's another scam. I see women with Gucci bags
Baby
and yup,
mama drama scam.
and the kids looking like a bum.
That's not cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, like a
Second rate?
No, not even a second rate. Unhoused.
foster kid?
He looking like an unhoused, like an unhoused
Looking like
kid.
a foster kid, man.
Please.
Yeah, you can't call them homeless.
Yeah.
Unhoused.
No, you can't even call them bums. It's just people with dirty clothes. That's it. You know, can't. You gotta look for new words.
Then that's abuse. Then.
No, but anyway, but when it comes to depression, any little thing, if he had depression already, because a lot of men do have it, but they hide it.
Yeah, of course.
Especially if he's making that much money, he has a job already that's
job.
stressful.
Yeah.
Then you came and you changed his life. A person with depression, one little thing like this comes a thing
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. When you're up here,
So-
at 500, any little thing.
Any little thing can destroy the person's life, and oh my God, no one cares. And then he's trying to get help.
Yeah.
No one wants to listen to me. Everybody's against me. Bam, bam, bam.
No way
All
out.
that gets in,
No way out.
and he snaps.
Yeah.
But
Seems logical.
yeah, so
Unfortunate.
we need to just realize that mental issues is big. But we
it's
need
not an
to.
excuse.
But it's well, kind of. As a person that fights depression every single day,
I fight depression
it's
as
hard.
well, but it's
hard.
It's a full-on effort.
right.
You gotta
Just
have
like-
a
it's just like-
toolbox, right? One day maybe this thing don't work or something else. Let's try
Right.
meditation. Let's try I don't know something else.
It works.
But
it's like the thing. It works until it doesn't.
yeah.
So there's no way you can tell someone to meditate every single day. It's going to work for you.
No.
And then one day it doesn't work.
No, everything doesn't work for everybody, but
I know what
the
does
more
work for.
things that you have on to do,
Well, sometimes that not even. I know people that, even rich people. But you know what does work? Even rich people like Robert Williams and all of them have depression. They kill themselves, right?
he
I'm
saw no
not
way
Robert-
out. He saw no way out.
No, but no one was. There was nothing
He
wrong.
felt unheard and he saw no way out.
No, you know what it was?
What?
No one visited him. No one was talking to him no more. So when you get to that lonely place, that's
Yeah.
when the depression kicks in
Right,
more.
because you have
So the
nobody to
only-
rally your ideas
thought.
and paranoia off of.
So
And
the
you,
only
like,
way to
go-
help someone is to always look for the signs and to be there.
True.
That's the best way to help them.
True.
But once you give them that loneliness, every single star was a star, and they never killed themselves.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then everybody was like, but why?
Or
Because
even
he's lonely.
even the overdosing, because let's think of the reason why we're doing the drugs. We're doing the drugs to dull the pain. We're doing the drugs to null the pain and to get through the day or whatever the heck it is.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a lonely component to it, but at the end of the day, if you hit rock bottom, you either dead or you're not. And when
Yeah.
you're not dead, what are we doing about this?
Yep, but it's hard.
It's a constant work.
So, but again, before I jump to the next subject, depression and depression and sadness is two different things.
Support helps.
Two different things. When people say they sad, it doesn't mean that they're gonna kill themselves. That's sadness.
No.
Depression is a mental thing that's been going on
But
for
when
years.
people say they're okay, sometimes, a lot of times they're not.
No,
okay.
but you know, oh, my mom died. I'm so depressed. No, you're not. You're so sad. You know what I mean?
You can tell the difference between somebody
Yeah.
who
I'm
is
alone.
really-
Nobody checks on me unless I check on them. Music is my inspiration. There we go.
All right.
But let's jump into
That's
the big
Gotta have
one
a
of
way
the
to
big
escape.
comments
What's that?
here.
What's that?
I seen too many elders being disrespectful.
Oh yeah, I've been disrespected by old people.
Just yesterday, we were going on the bus.
Definitely.
we were going on the bus, and I seen these chairs, and I was on a 3-chair. So I decided, let me go on this 2-chair for me and my son. You know,
Yeah.
Here comes this old lady, didn't pay, first of all. That's number one. Come running in.
So mad.
Come running in and try to push her way to get to the seat.
Oh, yeah.
When I was getting up from a seat, you could have took that one, and you seen that I was going to go there.
Oh.
My first reaction was to push out the way.
Ooh, you okay?
But I looked at, I nubbed her, but when I noticed she was
I'm
old,
so sorry.
when I noticed she was old, I looked at her, I said, Raiden, come sit over here, because she's so old, she don't know better.
Yeah, give her that. Go ahead.
She looked at me, she was like,
Yeah.
and put her head down right away.
Good.
What I meant,
Good.
when you're elder, you're supposed to know better. So I
Right.
said,
Shame her. Shame
she's
on her.
She's old, so she doesn't know better.
Yeah, shame on her.
Like, how are you going to be pushing? So my question online was, is people still respecting elders, or is it that elders
Elders
are
are
getting too
extremely-
disrespectful?
Both. Because at the end of the day, elders feel like nobody cares about them. They
Elders
are
are
the forgotten
so
people.
important to me.
In this country, elders are the forgotten population. They are sacrificial. People don't listen to them,
Right.
and so forth. So I could see certain elders becoming complacent with that and saying, whatever, nobody cares about me, not even my family. But at the same time, children are bad, okay? Because we don't have that elderly support anymore. You know, we don't have that tradition of respecting elders and just listening to them.
Yep.
We don't even listen to these people. They have so much to offer. You know, I don't know where this has come from, but it's just out of control right now. Like I said, the whole thing with the McDonald's, that's not going to stop ignorant people from doing what they want to do. There's ignorant people 21 and over.
Yeah. But the thing is, I have so many comments on that post.
Yeah.
I can say 99% of them saying both.
Both.
But they both disrespectful, of course.
Yeah.
But what makes a person more disrespectful to an elder is because they are disrespectful. So it makes you even more pissed off.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That
I would be very
you're
defensive
supposed to
if
be
I
an
was
elder. Because how many arguments I seen with a young person and elder, and the young person always says, "Well, you're supposed to be my elder. Why are you screaming at me like this?"
Shut the F up, you know.
So you're just making them more upset.
Yes.
It's
It's immaturity on both levels. Both parties are very immature. But at the end of the day, the elder, like you said, is old enough, has been through all these things to know
should
better.
know better. They supposed to be like the police and de-escalate.
They are supposed to be, you know,
Like
people that we revere and respect and look up to.
I seen one elder who reminds me of Tyrone in the house.
Shut your mouth.
He was like, he even said young cat. That's why I didn't mean to laugh out loud. I didn't mean to laugh out loud, but I did when I heard him. He was like, listen, young cat.
Dude.
I said, oh my God, no, he didn't.
That's what I'm talking about.
But he said, listen, young cat, if you keep coming up to me, you might get hurt. You don't know where I've been at.
That's right.
So what we're going to do, you're going to go to the back of the bus. I'm going to stay here, and we're going to call. And the guy didn't know what to
He
say
didn't know what
to
to
him.
say.
So he was like, he said, before I come, and then you don't know, I can have mad sons, and if I don't want to hit you, my sons will come over here. So we're just going to keep.
He's old school.
He said, we're going to keep it here.
I don't mess with those old school guys.
And then, especially, this is how old he was. He had the damn, how you call those,
Like a pocket watch?
no, the janitor keys.
Oh, yeah.
He had mad janitor keys. You know those old cats. You know those old cats.
Show you right.
You know he got a light. He got a knife in there talking about he got switchblades or something. He ain't playing. Like, I do you right, man.
What's up, brother? One of the warriors and whatnot.
Yeah, you know, so, but he de-escalated it, but it was just funny that he said cat.
Yeah.
But the other ones, and I'm finding it more that the elders, disrespectful elders, are the females.
Yeah, they can't control themselves, it seems. I see it
Like
very often.
I think it comes from when the females think that a man can't hit them. The elders think that a young guy is not going to hit them.
I've seen so many elders who don't even deserve it get abused by strangers. So
Right.
you know.
But then when you're arguing with them or you push them or something, or because you're an elder, you're not going to get pushed back, it's wrong. You know. don't think that's going to happen. The only way you're not going to get pushed back if you're like 90 years old, 80 years old, and you can't even finish your sentence.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no point.
Then that's something different. But if you're like 50 or 60 and think
That's
that
not
you're really
old.
an elder,
That's
you're
not
really.
old. You're
No.
still working, more
Yeah.
than likely. If
Especially-
you haven't collected Social Security yet, you don't get a pass.
Yeah, especially if you're on the bus in the morning. We know you are going to work. So that means you got enough strength.
Nobody wants to be there in the morning if they don't have to. So,
Yeah. But with that said, still try to respect your elders of where they come from, what they've been
yeah, what they've been through for us.
through. Yeah.
For us.
Because for some reason, I'm
Paved the way, man.
a fly trap for a lot of them have dementia and can't help it. People
There's too many medications
should
they on.
realize. Well, the dementia part.
That's from
Is-
alcohol sometimes?
No, but the dementia part is different. That's when they sit down and they be like, "What you looking at?" But the pushing and the
just
disrespecting,
rudeness?
that's not dementia. That's
That-
just you rude.
That's their personality.
Yeah,
that's their
just you rude.
character.
It just comes out like they don't care.
They were like that when they were younger, more than likely. So they just, they're not going to change. They just grew into an old jerk.
Yeah. But
Or an old loser.
like I was saying
I've seen
before,
that.
I'm like a fly trap to the elders. They sit next to me and then they tell me their whole stories, right, Mama?
That's nice.
My wife can tell you. I'm
Hey,
66, young, and dance
what I'm
all night.
talking
There
about.
we go. But they
Live your
always
best life.
They always sit next to me and be like, "Oh man."
They sense it from you.
And then they start talking. I don't leave. I just let them. I don't even answer them.
Right.
I just let them talk.
Let
and
them talk.
I do like I tell all the guys that are married, it works with the elders too. Yeah. Really? Wow. That's nice.
That's
Those are the
nice.
only words you need in a conversation if you're married. It works. Try it out. And you're talking to an elder. Right?
Say
Really? That's nice. Just make sure you don't say it in that order because if she says,
over and over.
right, if she says, "I'm going to smack you," that's nice. It's not going to work. You see how it doesn't work? You just got to, but remember those syllables.
Taking all the money. Really? Okay.
Wow. That's nice. You win every conversation with that. So go with that. But yeah, I think we're going to go
that.
with both. I think it's done. We got to go with both.
Yeah.
So be disrespectful, but not to a point. Like I always say.
disrespectful?
I mean, don't be disrespectful. I'm sorry. Don't be
You heard it from him, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen.
Because I always say, like some people like, "Oh, that's nice that you gave the person respect." I said, I didn't give it to him.
That's nice. He earned it.
He earned it. I didn't give it to him because I don't give nobody respect until they earn it. Even
It's a
when they
mutual
say
thing.
hello. Oh, you
Right.
ain't getting my
Right.
respect.
Right.
But if you say hello, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But it doesn't take a lot to be kind.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So then why they don't be kind? You see how
But
that
don't
works?
take that
No.
personal. Don't take that personal. Don't let that screw up your day. Because
Exactly.
they're a
Thank you.
jerk. Okay?
So then don't let my response screw up your day. You see how that works?
They're already set on screwing up their day, so
And you just set me to screw your day.
they wanted that. You know?
See how we could keep going back and forth? There's no winning when you do both sides, right?
No, you can't. But my thing is, let you be the bad person, not me.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
smile.
Be better than that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, when someone does something dumb and rude, I say it loudly and not disrespectful, sarcastically in a good way.
As a matter of fact.
where they be like, yeah, he made a point. I can't even fight with him with that.
Right.
Like when they sit down, like when they have the chair.
You did it. Yeah.
There was one lady, a Dominican old lady, with a chair and a bag on the chair.
Yeah.
Here comes an elder. When I say old lady, I'm talking about 50s to 70s.
Okay.
Elder,
Older than
65
her.
to 90.
Yeah.
So here comes an elder with
She
the cane
wasn't
and
gonna
everything.
move her bag.
Didn't move her bag. So what I said
It can make their day.
to the elder that was passing by,
Yeah.
I said, "Do you want to sit?" She said, "Oh yeah, why not?" I said, "Okay, because there's a chair that didn't pay. I mean, there's a bag that didn't pay. Miss, can you move?" She thought I meant that I was
love
going
it.
to get my chair.
I love it because everybody sits and watches. You
Right.
know?
She actually
Right.
thought I meant for me to get up.
Right.
So I said,
No.
no. But then here's the kicker. She didn't hear me. So I said, "Miss, you can sit here." And I got next to the lady and I said, and I would sit where the bag that didn't pay for the bus is. She looked,
What are you gonna say to that?
she moved her bag and said, "Oh, I'm sorry." No, you're not. Sorry didn't do it.
Right.
You did it hoping nobody was going to sit next to you. But here comes a guy like me that is being nicely sarcastic and puts a person.
You don't want to mess with that guy.
Because if you think about it, the way I said it, if she would have came out loud, everybody
She
would
would
have
have made herself look
everybody
like a
would have
fool.
been pissed. Like, wait, he's giving his chair up, and he shouldn't be giving his chair when you had a chair there.
Yeah.
So
It's an empty chair. She's an elderly woman.
Listen, I'm doing nice sarcasticness 101 on Wednesdays.
The sarcastic guy.
Right? Sign up now so you can learn how to be a nice sarcastic person. No, but there's things that, even guys when they, eagle wing on a chair. Like, you don't got that much. Yeah, you don't got that much. Close
Dude,
those
I did
damn
that
legs.
to a guy yesterday. Excuse me.
Try going
Like,
for the
his
number
legs
7
got
train.
further and further apart. Okay, well, my legs is getting further and further apart, so we just gonna sit here and just battle.
See, one day,
Get
somebody,
up.
We're just gonna fight and wait who opens it up wider.
you want to make the guy feel uncomfortable. If he has his legs all the way out
Like,
there.
why? You got your seat. Get out of mine.
No, you just tell him, can you open it up a little bit wider so I can sit in between you? You
wanna
know?
braid my hair?
He's going to be like, no, you can sit right here. You can sit right here. I'm like, oh, because that looks sexy. I can just sit right there. No, homeboy's going to move. He's going to move. I remember because when we were in school, in junior high school, and in high school, but in junior high school, me and my friends, we had social studies. So they was trying to show us how people react without you even doing something.
Yeah.
So one of my pieces was saying something out loud to get what I want.
Yeah.
So we went in the train, just a bunch of us bugging out.
Put somebody on the spot.
This is when AIDS started coming big, remember? So I was on the train, and these people were sitting, and there's 7 to a chair. If you count them, it's 7, 4, and
seats.
2.
Okay.
So 7 people can fit. Well, this guy wanted to take so many seats, so I told my friend, you want to sit? He was like, no. I said, okay, I sit down. And I sat down, and I was like, so did you get yourself checked? Because remember what happened. I'm still itching, but they just told, and the guy was like this close to me. They told me not to touch someone, and my hands were going like this. They told me not to touch someone because, we don't know what we got. So, and I'm going like this, and the guy's like,
Oh, man.
He got off his seat. I was like, yo, we got a seat.
Yeah.
So,
Ignorance is bliss.
If you
in
want to
that
be
sense.
stupid, I'm going to be stupid with
Yeah.
you, and I'm going to make you move. But here's the funny
So
part.
unnecessary.
There's a video that made me crack up. This guy's walking in, showing an experiment that a lot of people do not get up for a guy that has a baby, but will get up for a woman that has a baby.
Wow.
So what he did, he got into the train. Okay, they don't want to move. And then the lady looked at him and didn't get up. So he started going, don't worry, I got you. The baby, you don't hear the baby crying. But he's like, don't worry, I'll feed you, don't worry. And the lady finally said, because everybody's looking at her, finally looked at her, and she was like, you want to sit? He said, yeah, thank you, and sat down, and then took the cover. It was his coat. And then he put it on.
Nice. I like that.
I was
It shouldn't have to
dying.
be like that.
And then she started cracking up afterwards. She was like, oh, my
man.
God, you got me.
Yeah, you got to think like other people paid for the seat.
Yeah,
too.
but he was like, why you didn't get up for me? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, but I'm a man with a baby.
Right,
You
she didn't-
I had to keep rocking my baby next to you to annoy you
Right.
for you to get up. And she was like, oh, I don't know why. And it's true. A lot of the females
That's
don't
unfortunate.
register why.
Yeah.
So now, to all the females that are watching, why is it that when you come into a train, the man has to get up, but you never tell a kid to get up, when the kid has more strength than the man? I see so
We
many.
always assume that the child, because the child.
No,
the
I'm
child
not
can-
talking about like a toddler. I'm talking about teenagers, 13, 14
Oh.
years old, sitting down, especially a 14 to 15-year-old girl. And, man,
Oh, no, I don't.
I see.
Any able-bodied
I
MFer,
I'm like, they're younger than me.
you know.
You don't know me. You don't know
You
my
don't know
problems.
what people have been doing all day. Don't assume because of the way they look or how.
I got back
you know,
pain, so when my back starts hurting, I'll stand up. But-
Especially if I see one of them dingy construction looking, they look like they work hard as hell.
Yo, they
So,
look like they're gonna fall.
They sit down and
Knocked out.
slump like
Yes, I feel like they've been working 12 hours.
I
so-
seen females, young females, looking like they just came from an office. So you know they were sitting all
No,
day.
well, okay.
And they don't get up.
It
for
depends on the type
construction.
of shoes they have on. Now, if they look like they have uncomfortable shoes, that means their feet hurt. So they might need to sit down. But if they
No,
got
they
on
just
little...
probably wanted to take off their
No.
feet hurting doesn't mean that they were standing all day. Their feet hurting is because they wanted to use these damn heels that go like this and their toes are
With
like
no
this.
soles.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
That's why it's hurting, not because they're walking all day. They want to be in the law office or wherever they at with shoes that their feet
Uncomfortable
when they take
shoes.
their feet off, it look like a crane and shit.
Like a giraffe.
Nowadays, I don't even expect these selfish people to give seats up to elders
No.
or pregnant females.
Anybody.
Listen, if you don't pay, you don't sit. Nah.
No, they won't make eye contact with you or nothing.
I don't. I give my seats to a pregnant person if they look like they about 4 to 6 months.
I'll give my seat to a parent with multiple children, like with the carriage.
No, you
they
got a
got
stroller.
multiple
Your kid is good.
Small children, like if she got, usually she.
No, but if your kid is in the stroller, they okay. They safe.
No, they look
You
like
don't
they're
need to
coming
get a
from
seat.
school, backpacks and stuff. If she's juggling the child's
Oh,
stuff
no.
and her stuff,
Yeah.
I'll give up my seat so she can sit next to the child.
No, but I'm nice. If I see the
Size-
female with the stroller,
He's just like 6 years. Right.
In
Them
a-
little binded feet, you know, how they
Exactly.
used to do in China. Just, you know.
now here we go. If I see a female with a stroller and a bag and another baby, I help her. I take her bag, I
Yeah.
put it under the
I
stroller.
might help him up the stairs.
No, what I do is I take the bag off, right? Put it under the stroller. I take the other baby, put it in the stroller with the
Let
baby,
me help
and
you
I'll be
with
like, there
common
you
sense.
go. There you go. A little common sense. Now you can still stand, and your babies are safe. Let me stay sitting where I
don't
was.
like juggling a lot of stuff in my hands. Yeah.
I'm joking. But
That's
with
how
the-
people catch you for a mark when you
But
got
with
so
the
much
pregnancy, with the pregnancy females, I automatically get up if you look like 3 to 6 months. I automatically. But if you're about 7 to 9,
Oh my God.
I do not. I'm seriously, I do not get up.
Why?
I ask her, do you want to sit? Because a lot of the females 7 to 9 want to stand because they're trying to
Dilate.
and then it's hard to sit because they can't get back up. So they're walking and so when people look at me and be like, damn, she's pregnant, she didn't get up. Damn, I guess you don't know about pregnancy people.
Pregnancy
When they
people.
7 to 9 months, they can't hardly sit, and they don't want to sit because they want to get that
Pregnancy
baby out of
people.
them.
I love that. I'm gonna use that. Pregnancy people.
Or people that can get pregnant,
I like-
whatever they,
No, I like pregnancy people.
however they say. But I'm serious. Women that are pregnant, and the only people in this world that could get pregnant,
Who knows now? You know.
right? When you're 7 to 8 months, they walk more, because they want that baby out.
Yeah. You don't want to be at that final hour like.
Yeah. So I hear, I learned something new with your comment.
Hey,
No, but it's,
any type of people can get pregnant these days.
yeah, even my sisters, my mom, when she was pregnant,
Yeah.
she would not sit down after 7 to 8 months. She's like, no. And where you going? I'm walking to the store.
Yeah, yeah.
But mom, you know you can't even be walking that much. No, I want
No,
this
she
baby
wants
out.
it out. I
So
know. Hell
I
yeah.
ask them, but automatically, if I see that you're about 3 to 6, I'm automatically gonna get up because I know you don't want the kid out yet. It's too early. So have a seat.
You need the. You
But
need
7 to
special
8,
care.
they like, ooh, child, I want this baby out.
Now, what if it was a woman who had just a who had an extended
Out.
mid-region?
Who is big? Who's
I
fat?
know some women who have
Who fat?
a
Let's
big
say it.
midsection, and you don't know because their legs are skinny.
Well, I look at them first of all, and I'm like, nah, nobody hit that.
Like I know somebody who's been pregnant for years.
I'm like, nobody hit that. You're not pregnant.
Would you ask her if she'd like a seat?
Well, I don't look at her belly and be like,
I mean, if her belly's over your shoes, right?
you're on fire today, people.
You
Thank
look up.
you.
You look up, right? You're sitting down in the morning. Her belly's over your shoes. You're like,
Yes. See, when you ask a pregnant person, do you want a seat? Do you look at the person's face or their belly?
well, you're gonna look up all the way
No,
from
even
the
if you're
bottom up.
standing.
If
Human-
you're
human-
sitting.
No, but human instincts, when you
Love her
ask a
belly.
pregnant person to sit, you look at her belly. And you be like, do you want to sit? So that means you're adjusting that, you're acknowledging that she's pregnant. So if you do that to a big lady, so you want to sit, girl gonna be like, what you trying to
Well,
say?
you
I'm
see
pregnant?
her looking
I'm not pregnant.
I mean, if you see somebody looking uncomfortable, switching their feet, you know, switching their weight on their feet.
Then she needs to,
No.
stand.
No, but
See?
baby, I can tell you if you're big and you're offered a seat because somebody mistaken you for being pregnant, no one says, "Oh, what? I'm not pregnant." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, they be
they
like,
just take the seat.
No, they be like, oh, thank you. And then they go into their bra and take a big chicken. Well, I don't know what this guy thought I was. I'm not even pregnant. I don't know what he's talking about.
Horrible. Horrible.
No, but it's like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. But before you judge a person, when you come in and see a guy sitting and a lady standing, figure it out first before anything.
Read the room regardless.
Read the room. Maybe he already asked her. Or maybe he's just so tired because he came from work the same way you came from work.
Read the room. I almost got assaulted trying to read the room on a train one time, okay? Read the room or leave the room.
I never noticed the chairs fit 7 people until one day I'm in the train and this guy told him, yo.
Yeah, there's 3 on one part, then there's the bar,
thing,
then
and
there's
it's
4.
Well, this guy said, can you move over? He was like, there's no more room. He said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He said, no, this is a 7 chair, so move it. Oh.
Facts. And he wanted to argue?
No, but the funny part about it, I didn't even know what the rest of the argument is because I was like, 1, 2, 3. Holy crap, yeah, there is 7.
Yeah, there's a system.
7 to a chair, so he was like, move it. Ever since then, I've been like, 1, 2, 3.
That's why I'm careful where I sit. Let me sit where there's two. Maybe.
Yeah, so I know what person's going to sit next to me. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. 7 average people, right?
Yeah.
But
Not
what
the
is an
1,000 pound
What is an
system.
average person these days? I see
200,
people
2
over
to 3.
6 foot now on a subway. I'm
See,
like,
but they 6 foot, but they under 200.
they hit the top of the freaking train. I'm like, I can't stop staring at them like a tourist.
You be like, excuse me, sir, you want to kneel? You want a place to
the
kneel?
poor
Like,
things, they like,
no. But the average right now is like 2 to 250, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. You can sit here. Don't come more than that talking about, you think I can fit right here? No, you can't. If
no,
you,
they don't even say it. They'll just come. You'll want to move. Because
No.
usually I move, they think I'm so skinny,
Listen.
like I can't even fit in a seat or something. It's like, no, I have hips. Like, come on.
Listen, I did it one time, no lie. It was cold.
Sitting like this.
Some
Get
big
outta
lady
here.
sat next to me, right? Real big, sat
Okay.
next to me and was crushing me.
Okay.
So
and
I
you
look-
like this.
Yeah, I'm like,
Can't even look at your phone.
I felt like I was trying to hug myself. I was like,
Exactly.
so
I
what
love
I did
myself.
on purpose, because she didn't want to move her body, on purpose, I went like this to her arm, and I went
Oh, no.
like it's a pillow.
I'll
She
start-
looked at me and said, are you comfortable? I said, well, now I am. Since you want to be all up on me, let me.
Taking up space. Come on, people.
And she started laughing about it, you know, like I made her laugh about it, but understand. Then she tried to squeeze over so I can have room. She realized why I did it. But
I mean, there's not much over you can
Yeah.
have if you fit in both seats.
but I don't really complain as long as I have a real seat. The Chinese on the 7 will fit any. Yep.
Oh, they'll ram you. They'll ram you. You can't even get out. You know, that's it.
So I don't know. That's why a lot of people on the bus and the train, I always have a story when I come back because I be looking at them like, and my wife be like, yo, one day you're going to be coming out to a big fight. I said, that's why I teach how to be nice sarcasticness on Wednesdays.
I mean, if you have to, just, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all about common sense. When you just rebuttal people with common sense, how are you going to fight that?
You can't. Throw them off.
You're wrong, you're wrong.
They be like, yo, what are you looking at, man? You over here staring at people. If that ever happens to me, I'm just going to look at the guy and be like, well, I was looking at the fire.
People get crazy, dude.
I was looking at the fire in your eyes. That's what I was
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at. Like, what you mean? Or not? What you were
Dude.
What you were looking at? I was looking at the dogs humping next door to you. They're going to be like, what dog? They get so
one-
confused, they don't know what the hell to say
Yeah.
after that.
Looking at the little man on your shoulder.
Yeah, that showed that guy. What? You know him? He said he knows you.
Yeah, crazy
the guy right
knows
there in the
crazy.
shoulder. They're going to be like, no, you can keep looking. No, they don't even know what to say no more.
Crazy knows crazy on
know-
the subway.
Because I remember one time I was on the bus. I'll sit back on the bus. Sorry, Rosa Parks.
Yeah. Not everybody wants to go back there. So, if you go back there, you want a seat.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hate when they walk in the bus, and then they stop right there. I'm like, it's like
Because there's nobody behind them.
no, but there's all that
No.
space over there.
Nobody's behind you.
I be feeling like when I'm sleeping with my wife, she be right there with all that space on the bed, but she won't be right there next to me. Like you got all that space.
Oh, you're not missing nothing, Magda, on the train. So
So I don't know. It's just a fun thing to do. I remember many years ago, we went on the train, and this big guy thought he was tough, and I had something holding on my hand. Instead of saying, "Watch it, sir," that thing might fall on me.
Yeah.
Yo, that thing falls on me, we're gonna have some problems. So I told my wife. I looked at my wife. I said, "Take Raiden and go over there."
yeah.
And on purpose, right, Mama? On purpose, it was a soda. The soda's closed.
Yeah.
It's not going to spill on you.
Yeah.
So on purpose, I went like this, and he looked at it. He said, "Yo, I'm serious." And I said, "You won't make it up. You won't make it up. You will not make it up."
Right in the throat.
And I just stood there. And then he was staring at me, and I just stared at him.
Right, because he's
Homeboy did not know that.
Right. He's in an inferior position right now.
You're sitting down. Be smart. Shut up. Because as soon as you try to get up,
Right,
you're
it's
getting
over.
an elbow.
You're already down.
So I'm like, use common sense. But since he was a big guy and angry,
All
and he
that
thought he was,
bark.
I'm like,
All
listen.
that barking.
And then I was looking at this guy, and I'm like, why is there so many angry black men? Like, why you got to be angry?
There's so many angry people.
Like, why? And then he's looking at me. I'm like, can't we just live, together? Like,
Can't we all just get along?
All those people crowding on the bus.
No, I'll
trying
cough,
to throw
Magda.
up,
I'll cough like,
right?
oh God, the COVID. Is there an urgent care?
Yeah. So I thought,
Get out of my space.
yeah, start doing stuff like that. But real quick, we only have a couple minutes late thing.
I'm very personal about my space
Let's
on
hit some
public
dating
transportation.
question here. Get ready to throw that on the bottom. Now that dating is becoming different and the women want to be, women and they don't need manpower and they don't all this. So shouldn't the first date be 50-50 on
Dutch? Yeah.
Dutch?
So that I don't owe you, you don't have any expectations. Boom.
But a lot of females that are talking about we don't need this, we don't need that, are saying no, that the man should pay for the. First of all,
what is he getting in return?
I'm Latin, first of all. Quien invite paga, meaning whoever invites pay.
Right, but don't also don't order the salad. I mean the seafood
shrimp.
or the steak.
And then order for your kid, your friend that's at home
and
waiting
not
for you.
expect
Surf
to
and
dish
turf.
out on something. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it used to be back in the day. What do you buy?
If I'm taking you out, to eat, $20 minimum. If you go over 30, that's maybe a hug and a hand. 40, you getting naked.
A hand
50,
holding,
no,
pep
I'm not
on the
talking about a
cheek.
hand holding. I'm talking about a hand. You know what I'm saying?
hand.
Yeah. 50 to 60, we're talking about maybe 2-3 minutes.
Those are the rules. They've been the rules
Now, if you
whether
jump
you're a
into
male
it-
or a woman. I
If
don't
you
know.
jump into 200, that's hitting in when we get home, hitting at night, and then you staying to make me breakfast. This is how it's going to work.
Woo! He's paying for service.
Because if I'm paying,
That's why.
if I'm paying that, ain't it like I'm paying for service?
Sometimes you might as well just pay for a service.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know.
Why would I want to spend all that? No.
I'll meet you there. Yeah. I
Right?
mean,
No, it's 50-50.
I don't want anybody expecting anything. I don't want to expect anything.
Especially when you're dating, it's supposed to be that you're getting to know that person, right?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Unless there's an absolute
Dutch and
understanding
move on
of what's
if
gonna
no
happen.
nookie is involved.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're just trying to hook up, that's something different. Then forget about the spending money. You know.
She said it. I thought it, but she said it.
I mean, what are we spending
They-
money for?
Let's go straight to the house. We already both know what we want.
Well, whose house you want to like? Where you want to go?
Like, I got too much kids. That's all right.
All right,
My mom is not home right now anyway, so we could come to my house.
Let's just be upfront and transparent about it, people.
Right? My parents are out on dinner.
We're all
so-
adults. Even if you live with your parents.
No, they live with me. I'm just in the basement.
Whatever. Because times are hard these days, okay? Rent is high.
Well,
mortgage
yeah,
is high.
yeah.
So
That's
whatever
why
you got to do.
I bring my mom in so she can help with her SSI and stuff. No, but honestly, stop the boo. 50-50. get to know each other. This way, if that first date doesn't go right, you did your
Nobody
investment.
owes anybody anything.
You did an investment. You went your way. The other person goes their way. That's all to it.
Yeah.
I don't understand where that. You buy the condoms, I buy the oil. 50-50. Hey, that's
right.
what we doing.
That's right.
But I don't like a person that you're a ham and cheese person, and then you want to go on a date, and now
You
all of a sudden
expect the filet mignon.
now all of a sudden you stripping and talking about what
But
year.
when it's your turn to spend money, you know what? I figured we go on a picnic.
That reminds me of a video I showed.
Dumpster dive and whatnot. You know.
That reminds me of a video I showed my wife yesterday, where this mother asks the kid, "What? I'm ordering some food. What do you want to eat?" He said, "Oh, get me some nuggets, some burgers, some soda, and everything." So she's typing it in. She said,
Italian.
okay. And she said, "Your half of the money." He said, "What you mean?" He said, "You got to pay for your food.
Yeah.
I'm paying for mine. You pay for yours. You make money." He said, "Oh no, forget it. I'm not hungry anyway."
Right. You're not treating. I gotta save my little money. So
That's exactly what would happen on a date. You go on a date and be like, "How can I take your order?" Well, I'll order first. I want to.
unless you're looking for sugar daddies.
No, you'd be like, "I want a hamburger, with whatever, or a steak with a 1948 wine and stuff like that."
Ooh.
And then you'd be like, "That's my order." I don't know what's her order.
Oh.
Make sure she knows this is
So
my
you're
order
gonna sit there with your escargot and your
and my
and your
1948
Sauvignon Blanc.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna sit there with the chicken nuggets.
whatever she can afford. She should have
The
came
kitty
with.
meal. The
She-
kitty salad.
She said, "Let me get the kitty menu." Is this
Ooh,
it?
so expensive.
I don't even get crayons with this. Like what?
Yeah, give us some crayons with that.
Listen,
A little Burger King crown.
and then don't even think this day and age. Don't even think I'm driving you home unless I'm going that direction.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? If you live in the other side and I live in this side, either you Ubering it or you paying for gas. And then since I'm old school, I gotta bring out the bumper sticker. They say ass, grass, or cash,
Okay.
but nobody rides for free.
True.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen,
Which
I
one
think
were
what we got.
you?
Oh, we got 6 minutes on here. I'm looking at my watch here. Okay.
His watch is fast.
My watch is fast. I'm going by the hour, but
He's
so let's
never
keep
late.
going.
He's always early.
Yeah, exactly. With my 50% on the dining. Okay, so now that you say that,
Huh.
is it proper that if you tell a person we have a reservations
Yeah.
for a certain time and you come late?
To the restaurant or to meet or whatever.
Yeah, like the person is there,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get mad because that person left. There was a video where this,
After an hour, you're not expected to stay longer than 30 minutes. 15 minutes.
Jesus.
Look at him. I'm
Yo.
saying if you like the person.
I don't know the
So
person
limits
yet.
for a glass of water. Yeah, like,
Dip.
I got this.
I got this. I know that you know.
Wait, you got a little lemon peel on your ring too.
Right. You want sugar now? I got my own sugar, bro.
Black pepper.
You know how the old school be like hitting this thing? I got my own sugar right there.
Get your packets.
No, but you said an hour.
I'm saying
I'm impatient.
I've only waited for people I like. That's why.
But if I just started dating you and this is the first date,
And I've communicated with them, so I know they're on
Okay.
their way. You know.
all right. If you Spanish or black, I'm gonna give y'all 10, 15 minutes
I've
later.
done it. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
done it.
exactly. That's why I said Spanish or black.
Yeah.
We always late. You know what I'm saying? We always late. But if you text
Not to
me,
a job though. Yeah.
But if you text me and say, "Hey, I'm running a little late. Are you at the restaurant yet?"
Right.
Communication. But if I see 15 minutes or 10 minutes of non-communication,
Yeah.
guess what? I'm out.
I have no reason
That
to
is super
stay.
annoying. That's very disrespectful.
It's about respect. I'll wait for you.
Because if you started off not caring for my time,
Yeah.
what else are you not going to care about me
Oh,
for?
it's just that simple. Definitely the bill when they come.
You know? You're going to sit down there and I'm going to be like, well, she didn't come.
I ate already.
Or not, yeah, wait.
Yeah, I just gave him my bill, so if you want to order
And
something.
especially if it's a Spanish person, they say, I'm on my way, I'm around the corner. Don't, just go. That means they a good half an hour to 40 minutes. You know? If they say,
Yeah.
I voy, how you say that? I'm on my way of a Spanish person, that's an hour. That means that they didn't even leave the house yet.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? These are little clues that Spanish people do that you need to just keep on walking.
Damn.
But if they're not there, if they say I'm 10 minutes away, which already made you 40 minutes late, yeah, I would have ate already. Yeah. And as soon as they sat down, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so late.
No, if it's a reservation and we don't have a choice to be late, then that's
no.
on
But
me.
I'm a nice, sarcastic person. Yeah. No problem. I was waiting for you. But you have a nice day. I already ate, and I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll leave you sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have a question. I just remembered. What if you're interviewing for a job and your interviewer is late? How long would you wait?
You're interviewing for what?
A job.
For
and
a job, and you're waiting for your
that's never
interviewer.
That never happened, but because they're already working. That's why
I'd be curious. I would wait for an hour and leave. Same thing.
I would wait.
Same thing, because my time is valuable. If
That's
you're
why
not
I
hiring
wait.
me, someone else will.
That's why I wait. As soon as he came
And
on.
then that sets the tone.
No, see, as soon as the interview, you gotta know how to do this. The interviewer comes in, Mr. Laloma, I'm sorry I'm late. No problem like that. Do I punch back out or I punch it? Because you're paying me for the hour that I've been waiting.
You're interviewing for the job.
I don't care. You paying me now for the. That means
We already started off bad, so.
You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, can you sign this card? What is that? Oh, that was my time card.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
as soon as I came in, I punched
This
in.
is my W4.
You're going to make me wait for an hour. You better give me the job now. And then as soon as he gives me, Charles,
15 minutes.
I think you do got the job. I'm going to give it to you. Okay. And before I leave, oh, wait, I forgot. Make sure you put that hour extra on my paycheck.
Yeah.
Because you're going to pay for that. You're the interviewer. You're not supposed to be late.
I mean, that's their time, too.
I never seen that happen, but
Yeah, right?
that would be kind of weird.
If that happened, I would say be careful about that job.
Yeah.
Look, you're in for a ride.
Now, if he's in the building and they say he's going to be late, he's in a meeting. That's different.
He's here.
But if he's just walking in, taking his coat, I'm sorry, I'm a little late. Like, what? A little?
All right, like looked like he came out of bed.
Yeah.
So I saw,
Hungover?
because the reason why I asked is because I saw a post, and then the interviewer said, "Oh, I'm sorry." The interviewee left and sent a text message to the interviewer.
Yeah.
The interviewer said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm here now. I'm ready for the interview."
Yeah.
And then the interviewee said, "Oh, I left already.
Right.
You have no respect for my time. Blah blah blah." Sort of.
It
you know-
depends on how long they were waiting and what the understanding.
And
of
then
time
the
was.
interviewer said, "Well, just remember, like you're looking for the job."
Right.
Like, who needs who at that point? So
They both
it's
need each other
It's
at
a
the end of the
mix
day.
of comments from
Well,
the people.
if the person would have told me, the interviewer, well, you're the one that needed the job. Well, you're the one that needed a worker.
You need the
You
person.
see, it always goes back and forth, no matter what. Don't let them tell you anything different.
Yeah,
You need a worker. Without a worker, you don't have a business.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you can't even fill that space up, you're going to be out of a job because the owner is going to be like, what's taking you so long? And
Red
throw you
flag,
out the job.
right, Magda? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you need me as much as I need you.
That's right. It's a mutual understanding.
And
you don't
again,
wanna start
put that hour into my my paycheck. I'm still going to be wanting my hour.
Nah, that's not any type of arrangement I want to get into if I don't have to.
Yes.
I don't want to work there, right?
There's certain things that I would never do. One of them is I would never wait for an interviewer. Two, I would never give you a 2-week notice. You didn't give me a 2-week notice when you try to fire me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if they do, they're supposed to.
Me, I'm going to do exactly what the jobs do. I'm going to come in, punch into work. I'm going to have my work there. And then about 20 to 30 minutes into my job, I'm going to be like, I quit. Because that's what they do to you. As soon as you're 20 to 30 minutes, sir, Mr. Laloma, can you come to the office? I want to talk to you. They fire you. But you could have told me that when I was at home, so I'm going to do the same thing
Oh,
to
yeah,
a job.
yeah. Nowadays, people like to get fired when they're at home. Like, just.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing.
Don't have me come
I'm going
in.
to work for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do the same thing I'm going to do now. Peace, because I'm going to see y'all next week, guys. So enjoy. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll see you, and enjoy your first day of spring. It's springtime.
Stay beautiful.
Yep. See you next week.
Thank you.